welcome to Live Interactive English. I'm Mike.
And I'm Rainbow.
And we're here with part two of fun facts about watermelons.
Yeah.
We are going to be giving you more wonderful facts about this wonderful summertime treat. Yesterday we learned that watermelons have been popular for a very long time. And probably not such a surprise, watermelons are mostly made of water. Probably that's why they're called
watermelons. More water than melon.
Now, watermelons are funny when you think about it because they're very popular. Everyone kind of likes it. Everyone certainly tried it. But when you think of the popular fruit flavors, you don't often see watermelon there, right? Like if you get candy or some kind of vitamin or something, you might have orange flavor,
strawberry,
lemon, strawberry,
grape.
Cherry, grape. But we don't often have watermelon flavored candy or watermelon flavored ice cream or things like that.
Oh my gosh, when I was in school, my favorite thing was a watermelon popsicle.
Ooh,
it was a triangle, and then the bottom was green and the top was red, and there were chocolate seeds. And it was amazing, watermelon flavored. This is probably one of the only snacks I remembered that was watermelon flavored. I mean, I guess it's like you said, watermelons don't really have a strong taste.
That could be part of it.
So maybe kids usually like sweeter things, right? Oh, wow, I remember that watermelon popsicle. It was so good.
And I don't think I've ever seen anything made with watermelon, right? You can use lemon, you can use orange, you can use apple and make a pie. I've never seen a watermelon pie.
Yeah, maybe it's too summery for it to be a pie. Oh, the one thing that I really like was watermelon slushies.
Ooh, okay.
You know, shaved ice?
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah,
watermelon
Slurpees
is mostly water. You throw in some ice cubes, chop all that up.
Yeah.
That would be great. So that kind of shows watermelon is best enjoyed in its natural form, in its natural state on a hot summer day.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what Mark Twain said. It's food for the angels because it's basically perfect.
Yeah.
You don't need to change it.
You don't need to add anything to it.
There you go. We have a few more facts for you coming up, so let's check them out.
Watermelons weren't always so delicious. Studies have shown that the watermelon's wild ancestor was rather bitter and had hard green flesh. However, after thousands of years of being grown by humans, it finally became the sweet, red-fleshed delight that we know today. They aren't always round. In 1978, a Japanese artist created cube-shaped watermelons. He did this by growing the fruit inside a glass box. Cube-shaped watermelons have the advantage of not rolling around during delivery and can be stored easily in one's fridge. However, they are also far more expensive than regular watermelons and usually cost around 10,000 yen, over 2,000 NT dollars.
All right, so let's get into some fun facts about watermelons. This, of course, is part two.
Part two.
Wow, the first one is a bit of a surprise, and we definitely need to know more. Because it says watermelons weren't always so delicious.
Interesting.
Yeah, that is interesting. So I guess they just didn't taste as good as they taste now.
Maybe not as sweet.
Years ago. Well, we know that science has made food kind of bigger and juicier and tastier, right? Farmers have been playing with, vegetables and the things that they grow for thousands of years. And of course, with science now, we can do a lot. But yeah, this is apparently true. It says studies have shown that the watermelon's wild ancestor was rather bitter and had hard green flesh.
Oh, so it wasn't red inside, it was just green. Maybe it tasted more like a cucumber.
Well, or more like the outside edge of the watermelon, the rind, the outside part, which is bitter, which is kind of hard and crunchy. And usually we just eat the soft, juicy flesh, but we leave that outer part. But a long time ago, that outer part was mostly the watermelon, and it didn't taste good.
Yuck. Okay, so bitter is a taste that is not sweet, it's not sour, It's when you taste something bitter, you usually would think of 很苦, right? So medicine usually tastes very bitter, especially Chinese medicine. Things that could be bitter melon. I actually really love bitter melon.
Black coffee.
Black coffee without any sugar. Oh, also that 龟苓膏 from Hong Kong, that stuff without any honey is very bitter. So these are the different tastes, and bitter could be in some fruits that aren't totally ripe yet. They're not that sweet, they're just bitter. The medicine tasted bitter, which is normal. Chinese medicine tastes very bitter. Sometimes Western medicine tastes very bitter too. Usually people don't really like that taste. I personally actually really enjoy the bitter taste.
Okay, yeah, but it does definitely kind of take all the water out of your mouth, right? It's kind of an unusual, very bitter. But yes, you can grow to appreciate bitter things. All right, and we also have this word flesh. Flesh. Now, this is a word that we usually use when talking about meat, right? The meat of something is the flesh of something. If you're having beef or chicken or pork, you're eating the flesh of a cow or a chicken or a pig. Humans have flesh. If a doctor is doing surgery, they use a knife to cut through the flesh. That could be fat, it could be skin, it could be muscle. It's meat, basically. But we can also use this to talk about the part of a fruit that we eat. The
squishy.
Inside of the fruit, right? The outside of a banana might be green or yellow, but the flesh of a banana, for example, is kind of white or a yellowish white or something like that. The flesh of an apple is usually white, but the outside skin can be green or red or something. So basically, it's the meat of the fruit, but of course, it's not meat like in a living animal. It's the fruit that you're eating. We don't normally use this, though, for vegetables. So if you're eating a potato or a carrot, you're not usually eating the flesh because it's not wet, right? In the same way that fruit is wet, like our meat is wet as well. It's kind of an interesting way of saying it. But yes, when we're talking about food, it isn't uncommon to say something like, the fruit had soft flesh.
All right, back to the article. However, after thousands of years of being grown by humans, it finally became the sweet, red-fleshed delight that we know today. So that red-fleshed delight, that adjective is quite interesting. We're saying that it's not green-fleshed, it's now red. And not only is it red, but it's also sweet. Just a little bit of sweetness. I really, really love it. And it wasn't always like that. So as time went on, it developed into a sweeter fruit. Well, it was more bitter before.
All right, next little fact we have for you is something we mentioned just briefly at the end of yesterday. You guys probably have seen pictures of this on the newspaper or the internet or somewhere. It says watermelons, they aren't always round. Yeah, they're they're not really round. They're more like an olive shape or an oval or an oblong or something like that. But they're not even kind of roundish these days. It says in 1978, a Japanese artist created cube-shaped watermelons.
Like a square.
Like a box, exactly. Like a square or a 3D square, a box or something like that. How did this I didn't know. I thought it was a Japanese farmer, but it was a Japanese artist. What an interesting idea. What did he do? He did this by growing the fruit inside a glass box.
That's interesting.
So basically, he got a watermelon seed, planted it, and had it grow into the box. And so instead of having that natural rounder shape, it had the same shape as the box. It was a cube.
That's cute. Cube-shaped watermelons have the advantage of not rolling around during delivery and can be stored easily in one's fridge. So, Japanese are very good at storage. So I'm guessing if you buy a bunch of watermelons that are square-shaped, you would be able to line them up in your big fridge. That's kind of cool, and it's maybe easier to cut into pieces. There are advantages to that. So we have the vocabulary here, advantage as a noun. An advantage is something that is a good trait, something that is good about something. So the opposite of it would be a disadvantage. So dis meaning something bad. Advantage is an upper hand in something, a benefit of something. For instance, having a good education is an advantage in life. Exactly, that's what you guys are getting. Being able to be taught English, being able to be taught how to think, that really helps us get very far in life, and it really benefits us a lot as we go along in our life journey.
All right, so watermelon, of course, are naturally more round, but you can get them in the cube shape thanks to this Japanese artist. Yes, they, of course, won't roll around as much. They're easier to pack into a truck or into your refrigerator at home. However, and I've noticed this myself, however, they are also, these square watermelons, they are also far more expensive than regular watermelons and usually cost around 10,000 yen. That's Japanese yen, and that would be over 2,000 NT dollars. 10,000 yen, that's around like 70 US dollars.
Wow.
I think I've seen them up in the 5, 6, 8,000 NT dollar price. So you do want to be very careful. Don't grow to love square watermelons unless you have a lot of money. But as a gift,
oh, it's perfect.
Wonderful.
It's beautiful. And you can just put a ribbon on it.
A very special once in a lifetime gift for a watermelon lover. Let's take a break and then we'll be back.
Hello， 大家好，我是 Hanny。我们今天要继续来看几个西瓜趣闻。第3个有趣事实就是，西瓜并非总是如此的美味。研究显示说西瓜的野生原种相当的苦涩，而且果肉硬又绿。Mike 老师就猜测它可能是像西瓜皮有那种口感硬硬脆脆的感觉吧。老师用到 rind 这个字 ，R-I-N-D，rind 可以用来指某些水果或食物的外皮，像西瓜、柑橘类水果的外皮就可以用 rind 去表达。那么老师也有用到 crunchy C-R-U-N-C-H-Y crunchy 可以形容鲜脆的、松脆的。再来看课文单字 bitter， 它可以形容味道是苦的。flesh 是指果肉。好，再看到下一个有趣事实是，西瓜它并非一直都是圆的哦。那么在1978年，一位日本艺术家创造出立方形的西瓜。立方形西瓜的优点就是在运送过程当中不会滚动，而且容易储存在冰箱里面。不过呢，它们也比一般西瓜贵很多。那刚刚讲到形状的时候，老师们有提到 oval 就是形容椭圆形的，还有提到另外一个 oblong， 它也可以形容椭圆形的，或是形容长方形的。好，那么讲到储存的时候 ，Rainbow 老师用到 storage， 就是把 store 的字尾 e 去掉，再加 age 变成 storage 这个名词，表示储藏或是储存。那么课文单字 advantage， 它是指优势、优点，它的相反词是在前面加上 dis。disadvantage 就表示缺点、不利因素。那补充一下 Rainbow 老师还有提到 the upper hand。the upper hand 是指上风或是优势，我们就可以用 have the upper hand 来表达占上风、具有优势。好，这边一个重点，我们进入文法时间。好，那这边我们来学习形容词比较级的句型。我们利用比较级来进行比较时，常常会搭配 than 来使用。那么用法是 be 动词加上形容词比较级，也就是在形容词后面字尾加 er， 再加上 than。那么部分双音节还有3个音节以上的形容词，则是在前面加上 more 去构成比较级，而不是在字尾加上 er。所以这个用法就是 be 动词加上 more 形容词 than 什么什么。好，那比较级我们还可以用 much、far、still、yet、a lot、a bit、a little 等等的副词来修饰哦。我们看2个例句 ：Eric is a bit taller than his father. Eric 比他的爸爸高一点。Health is much more important than wealth. 健康比财富重要得多。好，那我们继续回到课文中。
They can grow very, very large. The average watermelon weighs around 9 kilograms, but this is tiny compared to the watermelon that was grown in 2013 by American Chris Kent. His giant watermelon weighed 159 kilograms and easily broke the world record for the largest watermelon. So the next time you're enjoying a cool slice of watermelon on a hot summer day, be sure to remember all the amazing things that make this fruit so special.
Okay, back to our article where we have more facts about watermelons. They can grow very, very large. You might wonder how large. The average watermelon weighs around 9 kilograms. That is very heavy.
Wow.
But this is tiny compared to the watermelon that was grown in 2013 by American Chris Kent. I already feel like 9 kilos is very heavy.
Yeah, compared to most of the fruits we eat regularly, like an orange or a banana,
like a cherry,
or a strawberry, watermelon are obviously already much bigger.
Yeah.
But when you really push it as a farmer who wants to grow a world-beating watermelon, you can get much bigger than 9 kilograms.
That's crazy.
This Chris Kent guy, he seems to be a master of growing monster watermelon. It says his giant watermelon weighed, are you ready? 159 kilograms.
Oh my gosh.
That's like 2 grown men. That's
That
like
is
2
crazy.
adult-sized men, sort of, I think, around that kind of
gosh.
weight. So this is probably like 300 pounds or so. I'm not quite sure, but weighed more than you could actually lift, for sure. And it says easily broke the world record for the largest watermelon. I imagine Chris could probably hide behind the watermelon.
Yeah, definitely.
It's probably just pictures of him like this
with
on
his
top
head.
of the watermelon.
Or a bunch of people sitting on top of it.
Yeah, and it's the size of a small horse.
Oh my gosh.
Or something like that. So you could definitely invite a lot of people over for a big watermelon.
150 people eating the watermelon.
Big watermelon party.
Watermelon fest. So the next time you're enjoying a cool slice of watermelon on a hot summer day, be sure to remember all the amazing things that make this fruit so special, like how big it is.
Absolutely, yeah. This is, of course, while you're enjoying a nice, cool slice of watermelon on a hot day. A slice of something is basically a piece that has been carefully cut off a larger amount. If we have certain things like pies, cakes, pizzas, a slice might kind of be in a triangle shape.
Piece.
If you have a loaf of bread and you're making a sandwich, a slice might be just a thin piece cut in one direction off the end of the bread. And we can also slice things up, like if you're making potatoes or carrots, you can chop them, you can slice them into longer pieces, but basically it's a carefully cut piece of something larger, usually a piece that's cut to be kind of thin in a way that is convenient to use. Here's a good example. She cut a slice of cake for each of her friends. You often get, what, 8 or 12 slices of cake out of the full cake itself.
Very nice. And we have the adjective amazing. Amazing is great, wonderful, spectacular, wow. It's not just good, it's better than good. It makes you feel really surprised at how good it is. For example, that book was amazing. I loved it. So I enjoyed every moment of it. It wasn't just good, it was amazing. Okay, so we finished up our article and now I have a what do you think question for you. And I'm going to ask Mike. Mike, what is your favorite fruit to eat during the summer and why? Well, I know your favorite fruit is not watermelon, but what is it?
I don't know. My favorite fruit to eat during the summer is, I'm just going to say strawberries.
Oh yeah, I love
because
strawberries.
They are delicious to have. They're more of a spring fruit here.
Yeah.
In North America, they're more of an end of the summer fruit.
Okay.
So they always kind of remind me of the best times of the year. And they're wonderful. You can use them in all sorts of ways. You can put them in desserts. You can make them into jam. You can freeze them. And so I really like those.
Put them in smoothies.
Yep, but there's a lot of other fruits that I like, even watermelon. And in fact, after these 2 days, I kind of feel like a piece now.
Yeah, you like watermelon
So
a little bit more?
I think maybe I'll just go try it again. It'll be the first piece of the summer, so it seems like the perfect time. Enjoy yourselves a nice slice of watermelon or any great...
Or a box of watermelon.
Or a box, or any great summertime fruit that you might enjoy. And we'll see you back here very, very soon. Until then, stay cool and bye-bye.
Bye. Helps you stay cool, that's right.
好，我们来看第5个跟西瓜有关的有趣事实，它们可以长得非常非常大。西瓜的平均重量大约是9公斤，但是这跟一位美国人 Chris Kent 他在2013年种出的西瓜相比，哇，这个重量实在小太多了。因为这个人所种的巨型西瓜重达159公斤，轻轻松松就打破最大西瓜的世界纪录了。好，那我们这2天看的这些西瓜趣闻，有些是很令人称奇的。同学们，下次在大热天享用一片冰凉西瓜时，你也可以跟身边的人分享哦。好，那么单字 slice。它可以表达食物切下的一片薄片。那么 amazing 是形容令人称奇的、惊人的、非常好的。Rainbow 老师用到另外一个相关形容词是 spectacular， S-P-E-C-T-A-C-U-L-A-R spectacular 也可以形容壮观的、壮丽的或是令人惊叹的。好，这边2个重点，我们进入文法时间。好，我们来学第1个重点是 compared to 或是 compared with 加名词，这表示相较于什么什么，与什么什么相比，那可以摆在子句之前或是之后。举例来说 ，Henry is quiet compared to his siblings， 跟兄弟姐妹比起来 ，Henry 很安静。第2个重点是 the next time 主词加动词可以表达下次点点点。The next time 在这边具有连接词的功能，用来引导表示时间的副词子句，像是Give me a call the next time you're in Taipei。下次你来台北的时候，打电话给我哦。好啦，那么以上这些讲解，同学们别走开，马上回来哦。
Watermelons weren't always so delicious. Studies have shown that the watermelon's wild ancestor was rather bitter and had hard green flesh. However, after thousands of years of being grown by humans, it finally became the sweet, red-fleshed delight that we know today. They aren't always round. In 1978, a Japanese artist created cube-shaped watermelons. He did this by growing the fruit inside a glass box. Cube-shaped watermelons have the advantage of not rolling around during delivery and can be stored easily in one's fridge. However, they are also far more expensive than regular watermelons and usually cost around 10,000 yen, over 2,000 NT dollars. They can grow very, very large. The average watermelon weighs around 9 kilograms, but this is tiny compared to the watermelon that was grown in 2013 by American Chris Kent. His giant watermelon weighed 159 kilograms and easily broke the world record for the largest watermelon. So the next time you're enjoying a cool slice of watermelon on a hot summer day, be sure to remember all the amazing things that make this fruit so special.
Today we are visiting Lantan Lake in Chiayi. It is one of the most beautiful lakes in Taiwan. It's also rumored that the Dutch dug this lake 300 years ago, so sometimes it is also referred to as Holland Lake. There's plenty to do there if you're interested in exercising. You could hike, ride your bike around the lake, or just enjoy the peaceful serenity of this beautiful place. Let's take a look.
Lantan Lake is full of natural resources and beautiful views. It is a popular spot for tourists. People say this lake was dug by the Dutch 300 years ago. The water source of Lantan Lake is from Bajiang River. It provides the people near Lantan Lake with water to use every day. Now there are many hiking routes around Lantan Lake. Visitors can walk around and enjoy the amazing views here. Lantan Lake is also rich with resources of forests. Authorities include this area as a protection forest. A protection forest has some good use. It can stop landslides and floods. It can also keep the environmental quality and protect people's lives and assets. Many schools and associations hold activities about protection of the forest with the authorities. They want everyone to realize this place is not just for enjoying views. Here, everyone can learn how important soil and water conservation is to our life.
So what did I tell you? It's a very beautiful lake. So if you want to go and visit this lake and see all the natural beauty, maybe get some exercise while you're there, you can also learn about the importance of this lake for the people of Chiayi, where they get their drinking water from the river, which goes into the lake, and how important this lake is for the ecosystem in general. I hope you enjoyed this lesson, and we'll see you next time.